Okay guys, I'm expecting a major move for Bitcoin and the Dow Jones, specifically the Dow Jones on 9/11. I'm expecting when we cross a certain ring, we're going to have a major dump. And this is also going to bring Bitcoin down as well. We're going to go in detail about this chart. So in this video, I'm going to cover the Bitcoin, Dow Jones, the CME futures gap, the dollar index, S&P 500, and then in this video I'm going to cover some price targets for Bitcoin. Before we get into that, guys, I'm going to start doing this more as a full-time job. I'm having a lot of people requesting to pay to have me create charts for them, so I'm going to start doing that. So my prices are going to double on 9/11. Currently, lifetime access tutorial stocks, all of the precious metals, Bitcoin, altcoin charts is $2.99 for lifetime. You pay one time, you're in for life. On September 11th, that would be $5.99. The monthly plans will double as well. If you're already paying monthly, that will not change for you. But if you cancel, resubscribe, you will have to pay that new amount. Obviously, new subscribers after 9/11 will have to pay that new amount as well. So if you get in now, you know you'll be locked in at this rate, or if you're lifetime, like I said, you're in with for that amount. But September 11th, guys, just fair warning, the prices will be doubling. All these charts do play out live on all devices, mobile phones, tablets, desktops. Just click the link, they load up, and they are shareable, so you can save these charts as you're on. If you want to follow me on Twitter, this is where I keep people updated. It's fast and it's easy just to make a post. That's optical art chart. That link will be in the description as well. This is a video I put out on September 1st, 2020. We're going to play clips of this same video, and I'm going to show you how these charts played out. So let me go ahead and play a clip of this real quick. Playing out. So you can see this ring, and again, this is the same flip circle, guys. So one scenario is, obviously, a ring could push us down. That's what this ring did here. So we could we could move sideways, hit this ring could continue to push us down until we hit our first target. So in this video I was telling you that there was two scenarios. One, that this ring would push us down. The other scenario would be we cross the ring and then come down. So it seems like the first scenario is playing out. Let me show you this chart. So you can see we were in a rising wedge. We ended up coming down. This ring pushed us down. This is all the same fib circle you can see here. So it seems like what's going to happen is, you know, we broke down from this rising wedge just like we did this one back here, and we broke down from this February 14th. So I'm going to just tell you what I'm expecting to play out. You can see that we are respecting this white fib circle here. Notice that we found resistance, support, we pushed up, we were finding support on this white ring, we dropped below it, found support on the bottom line of this wedge. This ring was resistance, we broke down. Notice currently we're finding resistance around 10,500. So I'm going to give you some price targets based on this chart and show you what I'm expecting. Again, this vertical red line represents the when we make contact with the ring on two Dow Jones charts, which I'm going to show you. So if we do drop, a likely first target would be down here at this ring. You can see that we've been respecting this ring. So if we drop down, this would be a likely target. So if we kind of come down sideways, 9,519. If we push up, I think every time we hit this white ring, we will get rejected. So potentially, if we do start moving up, watch when we contact this ring, because I think this is the point we'll get rejected, start coming back down, and that will play out continuously. Every time we hit this white ring, I expect us to get pushed down until we reach our bottom target. Keep in mind, guys, a lot of times the way these charts play out, when you're respecting a ring, it is possible. So if this ring pushes us all the way down, you know, when we do cross this ring, this could cause price to change trajectory, and you could get a pump. So again, that is how these rings play out. But I do expect this ring to push us down. I'm going to give you some macro targets just while this chart's up. So if we do, your first major support level that I'm watching is going to be right here around, and if you watch that video again, I go into detail about these orange flip circles and these red flip circles. You can see this red flip circles, we bottomed on it. So if we come down, your first major support is going to be around 7,387. Your next support level below will be wherever we make contact with this red ring, so potentially 6,815. And if that does not hold, the bottom, I think our ultimate bottom, the lowest point we could go, this here is this orange ring is 2,931. If we drop below that, I think we will bottom on this ring. So you know, right here is around 2,500. Up here is 2,787. So do pay attention to this chart. I do expect this white ring will continue to push us down. This is a zoomed in version of the same chart. This is just to give you some price targets. And I'm going to go over the CME gap. But you see we're getting rejected currently here. So the next target down, based on this chart using the fib channel, will be around 9,900. So it's possible to come down here and get a bounce. But this is the next ring down. This would be around 9,473. Remember, if we push up, this ring will give us resistance to push us back down. This is the CME futures. We have a gap below us at 9,665. So likely first target to come down would be this point. And then we could possibly push up more and then come down. Also keep in mind we have more gaps below us. They're small gaps, but they are gaps. We have one at 8,945. We have one at 7,665. And we have a gap all the way down here at 3,595. And so if this gets as bad as I think it could be, we could fill all those gaps below. This is that same video. This is referencing one of the Dow Jones chart. Let me play a little clip of this. This is where you get topped out. Also take note, this ring right here, when we cross this ring, this will be on September 11th. This also goes along with the Dow Jones. So in this chart, you notice we were in a kind of a falling wedge. We pushed up. I was saying if we did push up, the highest I saw us going would be 12,500. But I was making reference that this chart lines up, and this is a Bitcoin chart lining up with two charts on the Dow Jones. This shows 9/11. We will have a major move. I'm going to show you this chart. You can see when we broke, this is that point where we're saying 12,500 would be the top. But take note, when we came down, we bottomed right on this blue fib circle. So it's very possible, what happens is if you hit a ring at the top, it becomes resistance. You hit it at the bottom, it comes support. So we had our support right here. I mean, when it came down, it hit this ring perfectly as support and pushed up. So if we continue up, a likely point to get rejected will be around 10,886. You have two resistance levels. This fib channel line right here, this aqua color, that's what this white line represents. And then you have this this yellow ring right here. This has been a lot of support and resistance. So you have two resistance levels above. So that's double resistance. So out here we've potentially 10,900. So my point is, if we push up, look to possibly get rejected around 10,900, and then we come down. Let's say we hit this point. This would be possibly support to ride back up, and then we could push up higher. But what I'm trying to get across is, as soon as we break, as soon as we cross this ring, this is when I expect to have a major pivot. This line represents 9/11. I'm going to show you this on the Dow Jones chart. So when we cross this ring, whether we come up, we come down, find support, as soon as we cross this ring, I expect to have a major move, more likely to the downside. If we do push up and we cross it here, this is when I expect that major move to happen. So just want to give you those price targets. One price target below, according to this chart, the next fib channel line, this is around 8,825. And again, if we push up, watch it get rejected at potentially 10,898. This is another part of that video. Let me play this real quick for you. If you look at descending broadening wedge, from a downswing, you come down, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, come up as resistance. Once you break it, this is a bullish pattern. So if this is the case, if we come back up and potentially do something like this and then break this point, I'm expecting the dollar to get a pump. Obviously, if we break, so what I'm showing you this ring, and I'll show you this chart. So this is, to me, it's a descending broadening wedge, which is a bullish pattern, and you can see the dollar is already pushing up. Your resistance right here will be potentially 93.16. It's very possible we get rejected from this point. Your support, you can see we're respecting all of these white fib circles. So your support is potentially right here around 92.60. Is if the dollar's pushing up, you want, it's not financial advice, but if the dollar's pushing up, you want to be short on the Dow, the S&P 500, silver, gold, and especially Bitcoin. So if we push up, it's possible to get rejected at this point. If that's the case, you probably want to be long on Bitcoin. But I do suspect or expect when we push above this resistance line, the dollar is going to have a moonshot, which means everything else is going to be coming down. If I zoom out, show you the bigger picture here. So this is our resistance, this red line, rejected here on May 14th, the 24th of May. You see we got rejected here. So this is a very important resistance line to break. So once we break this, again, I think that's when the dollar is going to skyrocket and everything else will be coming down. But these are your targets, 93.16. We'll see how this plays out after this video. But also take note that you can see already the RSI is ready to push up. This is on the 3-hour. And the MACD is starting to look bullish as well. So again, for me, the dollar looks bullish. That's bearish for Bitcoin. This is another chart for the dollar index. This is the dollar index B. Guys, if you have access to the charts, the name of the charts are right here. So look for the one called with this name so you can load it up. This is the dollar index A. Notice we're pushing up right now. So your resistance above is around 93.20. Notice we've been respecting all of these orange fib circles. So had we come down, your support would be 92.56. Now our current support would be around 92.85. So I just want to point that out. This is another clip from that video referencing one of my Dow Jones charts. Let me play a clip of this for you. Again, this is another fib circle that price has been respecting, and it just so happens we crossed this ring on 9/11 as well. So that's two charts in confluence showing something's going to happen. So if you look at this chart, notice where price is right now for the Dow Jones. And so again, these rings, when you're respecting rings, when you cross a ring, it becomes a pivot. So this is the ring I'm expecting a major move to happen after we cross this ring. And this is just one Dow Jones chart. So let me show you this actual chart. So notice what happened. We pushed up. We got rejected at this fib channel line, this blue one here. Notice I have this marked off as a pivot ring. You can clearly see what happened. We pushed up. As soon as we crossed the ring, we got topped out. We came down. This is where I put in a short on the Dow. This is one more clip. Again, this is that ring. When we cross this, this is one ring. When we cross it, I'm expecting to have a major move. This is one more clip I want to show you. By the way, guys, the link for this video will be in the description. I'll put a link up to it now if you want to check it out. Let me play a real quick clip of this one. Now, it is possible we're not topped out. It's possible we could push up and find support. And when you hit these rings from the inside, they can act as resistance to push you down. But the main thing I'm trying to get across is, and that's what I was showing you when you're respecting fib circles so well. When you hit it from the top, inside is resistance. When you drop down, it becomes support. So let me show you this actual chart. So you can see clearly what happened here. This is where I put in my short. We did push above it a bit, but I had faith in this fib circle to push us down. We did push above it. We came back down. So your current support on the Dow Jones right now, put a price label here, is around 27,815. Your resistance above is going to be up here around 28,677. Again, just briefly to show you why this fib circle is so important. This vertical yellow line represents 9/11. When we cross it, every time we cross this one of these orange rings, you can see we have a drop. The next orange ring below is support. We pushed up. As soon as we crossed or made contact with this orange ring, it dropped down to support. You can see as soon as we pushed up above this and crossed this orange ring, this is when we dropped to this ring, and take note, we bottomed on this last ring, and this is all the same fib circle right here. So that's how well the Dow Jones is respecting this fib circle. And notice when we pushed up, this was resistance at this orange ring. We broke above it, then it became support, and currently we are about to cross this ring. That's why I'm saying it is very likely when we cross this ring we're going to have a major move, and that's why I'm going to be doing a 60% short and 40% long, because it is very possible when we cross this ring we could get a pump and then it could start coming down. But I do expect a major move, and it just seems more likely that move will be to the downside. So again, I have a lot of charts in confluence showing that we will have a major move for both Bitcoin and the Dow Jones on September 11th. So just wanted to show you that. This is the S&P 500. If you'll notice, we were respecting, if you watched the previous video, I was talking about every time we hit one of these white rings, we got rejected, rejection. Right here, we hit this white ring. We got a slight rejection, pushed us down. Notice, just like the Dow, we did push above it, but ultimately this ring did push us down. So again, this right here, this represents September 11th. So it is very possible, we could start pushing back up, and then this ring will be resistance to push us back down. And your support levels for the S&P 500, this is one potential support level here. The rings are basically the points where you want to pay attention to. So if you're respecting this white fib circle, a likely bottom target would be the bottom part of this fib circle. and this is the next ring down. So these would be targets for S&P. Real quick, let me go back to the Dow. So just to let you know, if we do drop down further, remember this ring could hold as support. So if we had a straight drop, you will find support on this orange fib circle, just like we did back here. But it's when we cross it, I expect to get that big move. And just to give you some macro targets for the Dow Jones, you can see that, let me get rid of this little squigglies here. So since we bottomed on this ring here, and you see we were respecting this fib circle here, if we do drop, your first major target, so when we cross this orange ring, it is very possible this would be a support level. We have respected this yellow ring. Your next major support will be this orange ring. If this does not hold, your next support will be this orange ring down here, which is the same ring we bottomed on. If it gets really bad, your next support level will be that orange ring below. And again, like I said, this is all the same fib circle, so your targets are already mapped out. So let me put some price labels here just to show you. So if we come down and we do find support on that yellow ring, that would be potentially right here, depending when you make contact, they're all at an angle. But this would be 24,836. Your major support will be this orange ring. This is potentially 23,792. The next orange ring below would be 18,978. And guys, if things get really bad, your next major support will be this ring down here at 14,116. So we covered S&P, we covered Dow Jones. I just want to give you some price targets real quick for Bitcoin. This is the Bitstamp BTC USD 72620. Notice we're finding support right here at our current support is around 10,425. Your next resistance above will be this fib channel line here. So this would be 10,658. Your next resistance above will be 10,918. And then you will get resistance right here around 11,060. For drop targets, you can see we bottomed right here on this fib channel line. So if we come down, a likely target to catch a bounce will be around 10,031. Guys, always reference different charts. Take note that our previous chart where we bottomed on this ring here. Find this chart. So take note right here we bottomed. That's what I'm saying. Use rings for macro targets to catch potential support levels. But notice we bottomed right here. That plays along with this fib channel line here. So your next support level below is around 10,031. If you drop below that, your next support will be down here at 9,802. And below that will be potentially 9,443. Keep in mind we do have a gap down around 9,665. So guys, that's pretty much it. Remember, follow me on Twitter. It's Optical Art Chart. Link will be in the description. And guys, September 11th, the price is double. So if you want to get in before that point, make sure you do. The link will be in the description. It's Optical Art Chart. I'm sorry, it's opticalartcrypto.com. Guys, that's it. Until the next video, trade smart, trade safe.